This weekend in the NFL, there was an ugly one.
Okay.
Step right up, Seahawks Niners, because boy, oh boy, was that rough. That was that was an ass whooping and a half that Seattle gave San Francisco, who came in banged up and got lit up by the Seattle Seahawks coming off a bye.
Everybody was making fun of them, their intro with the boom box. Said Mac was shooting the little water gun pistols. They said Trent Williams came in real smooth on the big man slide. They said the one receiver. They said about the looks of the way they came to the field with the boom box. They was about to get it in. I mean, they didn't even get it into the end zone, not one time. So, yeah, it was an ugly one. But I think everybody – I felt like everybody was kind of anticipating, embracing for this to be the game that exposed, everything that they were lacking and were missing.
Yeah, it was like – I mean, the fact that they were even in this spot, says a lot about, the job Kyle Shanahan did and just the team and their resilience and all that. But, man, it was – like, even the guys who were playing dealt with injuries. So, look, George Kittle's out, one of their best players. Fred Warner's out, one of their best players. Nick Bosa's out, one of their best players. Well, who else is one of their best players? Well, Trent Williams. He dealt with stuff this year. Brock Purdy missed time because of, what was it, the plantar fasciitis or whatever the hell turf toe. What's turf toe he was dealing with. And Mac Jones had to step up, and Christian McCaffrey was dealing with a stinger, and he took a beating in that game. It's like you can only do so much before sooner or later the reality sets in that a team that looks rested and a team that looks like they're taking full advantage of home field advantage just put that work on San Francisco on Saturday. And, Sam Darnold had his oblique issue. He spoke about getting ready for the game with the oblique injury that he suffered that we talked about on Friday on the show. Here was the Seahawks quarterback.
So obviously I didn't go out for the non-padded warm-up. I think that kind of stirred, some questions, which was funny. But no, I got to throw in here and, did the same thing, did my routine in here, but just wanted to throw and make sure that I was, once I put the pads on and got that first, that padded warm-up, I wanted to be rolling, and I didn't want to waste any time, getting warm on the field and coming in, having 40 minutes to get warm again, and then go back out. I just wanted to get warm once and then go back out there in the pads, and so that was why I did it that way.
I mean, the way they ran the ball, he didn't have to do a whole hell of a lot.
The way that defense played, he didn't have to do a whole hell of a lot. But I just wonder. Like, the biggest takeaway outside of the fact that Seattle is dominant and will probably win the Super Bowl if nothing crazy happens, like if his oblique doesn't fall apart and fall out of his chest and out of his, his rib or his side of his body. If something doesn't go, just crazy wrong for Seattle, I feel like they're going to be the team that wins this Super Bowl. I don't think – coming into this game, the Rams are going to have – I just don't think they're going to have enough to go in there and win it. I mean, it looked as though they could have went home yesterday. But I also came away from thinking, dang, Philadelphia, do you understand what that kind of means? That they were able to thump – they thumped the Niners. It didn't even look like a competitive game. And you're watching it, get away from them. And all I could think about was, man, this team has everything you just highlighted, has had to overcome all of those things to be able to get to where they are. They should not have been able to get through a Philadelphia Eagles team in Philly. Just made me wonder. It just took me down a whole different lane where it was what the hell is going on in Philly?
Yeah, what does it say?
Because really, what should have happened was it should have been a Philly versus Seattle game, and you would have saw two juggernauts, a new one to the table, and what's been built in Seattle. But nonetheless, a juggernaut this year take on the former champ, still the champ.
I mean, and the way that it would have played out is Philly would have played Chicago, and the Rams would have gone to Seattle to play the Seahawks, just based on the seeding. But
even that, you know what I mean? Like, even yet and still, it still raises the question to me because those two teams played.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
The 49ers played the Eagles. The Eagles, which, the matchup, whatever matchup is after that, it would have probably ended up being Seattle and the Eagles playing anyway, if they were playing the way they're supposed to play. Seattle, they're ringing the bell. They're playing the way they're supposed to play.
And to your point on the Eagles conversation, yeah, it is one of those. Well, how could they do it and you couldn't? I mean,
the way they did it. They were both at home, both hostile environments.
Philly was at home, and the Niners were banged up in that going into that game. They lost George Kittle in that game, and still you had nothing. And it's not like, and this is what I hope people understand. It's not like the Niners defense was lighting the league on fire this year. They were awful.
They just looked
awful
so much, but they looked like they were just they was taking belt to ass on Philly in that game.
And so when you consider and you factor in how bad the Niners defense was all year, I mean, do you remember the Sunday night game against the Bears? Like, Caleb Williams and the Bears went down the field on them at will whenever they wanted to, went drive for drive with them, and Philly could get nothing going. And you've got Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts, and you've got you were healthy. I know Lane Johnson wasn't
everybody.
there, but you had all your threats that were there. And then to see what Seattle did a week later with a quarterback who's dealing with an oblique injury, that's rough.
I'm just trying to make sense of it. That was when I watched that game. I was like, okay, I anticipate that Seattle, even though I didn't think that they would. I did not think they would cover. I think on Saturday I took Seattle would win, but I took the Niners with the points. I thought it wouldn't be more than 7 points.
Oh, that was easy.
I thought it would be. Yeah. I thought it would be less than 7.
Yeah.
But my goodness, they dominated them, and they dominated them from the jump. Yeah. Like, it wasn't like they waited. They just came out and thumped them. Like, it was like real quick, like, listen, like, we're going to beat the hell out of y'all. And then second quarter, we're going to fall back a little bit, take a little breath, take our foot off the gas, get into halftime. And then we're going to come out and we're just going to destroy you in the second half as well. And you're going to take it and you're going to like it, and then you're going to ride back to San Francisco and watch the Super Bowl that y'all thought y'all was going to sneak into and be the story of the year, and that came to an end. That comes to an end today. It was a classic ass whipping, and it just made me really wonder, how does a team that has to travel? They didn't have to travel as far to get to Seattle. That's a very close flight. You know what I mean? Like, so you got a shorter flight. It's more of your weather component where you're at versus going all the way across the country and playing in the link and playing in that is one of the toughest places to play a football game. And you go in there and you win. I was like, well, we're sitting here and we're hyping and we're boosting up this 49ers team, but I think we saw truly what the real 49ers team was against the Seattle Seahawks, which, again, it left me with a ton of questions, more so about how good is Philly versus how bad the 49ers, how bad they really are, or how good the Seattle Seahawks are.
The Eagles are so bad that they lost to a team that practices next to Chernobyl.
You stupid.
Like, a nuclear reactor is right outside the practice facility for the Niners.
A lot of teams lost to them.
All right, there's you got guys walking around with these mysterious injuries popping up. You got conspiracy theories going on, and the Eagles lost to that team. Like they lost to that team.
Yeah,
it's a problem, man.
There's something to it,
but not in Seattle. And I would say this: Seattle a couple of weeks ago also gave the Niners that work, and they gave them that work at home on that Saturday night game, which ultimately won them the division, got them the 1 seed, helped solidify that. And, if that game goes the other way, maybe this game is played at Chernobyl instead of up in Seattle yesterday. But I think the Seahawks have shown, and this is what makes this matchup with the Rams so fascinating. Like, they've shown that, yeah, they're legitimately a very good team. The defense is outstanding. Mike McDonald's done a tremendous job. But I go back to that Rams game that they won on that Thursday night. Man, the Rams dominated that game. Like, the Rams were in total control, and Seattle came up with this fluky victory. And I still think there's probably some questions about whether or not Sam Darnold in these big moments is going to be able to deliver. And there's plenty of time to break down and preview that game. But I look at it and I go, I'm still not sure, because he didn't have to do anything against the Niners on Saturday night. Like, he didn't, and he was banged up.